Hi guys, it's Eugene from Jinjer and you are watching Metalshop TV. Once again.
Okay, so Eugene from Jinjer, once again.
Once again, guys.
How are you doing?
Fine, really fine. I mean, how else can I feel after such a great gig?
So, I guess my next question is pointless, but how did you enjoy this show?
Absolutely awesome. I am proud to say that this is definitely one of the key performances this summer.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
Why do you think so?
Just because of the energy and the whole vibe, yeah, the crowd went crazy. And honestly, before the show, we were a bit, you know, let's say, not feeling quite okay because we are quite tired after all these shows. And just yesterday we played in Germany. It was a great show in Vienna, and we had to wake up early and come here. And well, it's been a busy day. But once we went on stage and the whole crowd started cheering us up, everything just, you know, all the negative things just were wiped away by the energy the audience gave to us.
What do you think of this lovely place in general?
Well,
did you have a little bit of time to explore it?
Not really. I've been only to the area where our stages are and this backstage, huge big stage area where the catering is and everything. I'm here first time, so even coming here was kind of learning something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, you played at the Wacken.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, or maybe the biggest metal festival in the world. That must have been a pretty special night for you.
It was, yeah. It was, on one hand, stressful, of course, because of all the pressure and the responsibility, if I can say so. But on the other hand, definitely it was, again, let's say, definitely that was also one of the best performances, one of the best gigs this summer. And just the understanding that you are standing now on one of the biggest stages with one of the biggest metal crowd in the world, right in front of you. Well, that's very inspiring and motivating.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. And, well, I had this feeling, you know, going off the stage, like, well, was it all right? Well, did we do well? And things like that. But everybody was coming and saying, wow, how cool it was. And, you know,
you were a part of like after movie or something like that.
Yes, and a few days after they picked our song.
So I guess you did well.
Yeah, definitely. And then I watched. Actually, I realized how good it was a few hours later when we actually have the footage. We recorded the performance, the whole set, and I watched it from A to Z, and it was really good.
Pretty cool. So the last time I spoke to you, that was like 6 or 5 months ago, and it was just before the release of the micro EP. So, looking back, you've had some time to reflect. How do you rate that EP now? And what do you think of the reaction to that EP?
Well,
are you satisfied with it?
Let's start with the reaction. The reaction was above all expectations, and definitely this is the, I think, most well-recognized album by Jinjer, most recognized release. We never had such a good press reaction and reviews as with Micro. Even King of Everything, the previous album, was not that well accepted by everybody. And the EP went, everything about the EP went very well. We've got now, each song except the instrumental one has a video, and all videos have very good results. I mean, few million views for official videos and hundreds of thousands of views for a lyric video. I think it's quite good. Yeah. Well, yeah. I couldn't even expect it to be so good.
Yeah.
So everything went fine.
And speaking of new music, you've got something more coming out.
Absolutely. And this is what I wanted to say about Micro. You asked me how we ourselves reflect about our music, and it's interesting that by the time we released Micro, just half a year ago, we were considering those songs the best. And I don't know if I told you last time that actually we didn't have any more material after we composed
I
Micro.
think it's only.
We didn't have any songs. And then after
You told me basically that everything you have, you always put on.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So we had these 5 songs, we released them in winter, and then we got back home and we started writing for the upcoming album. And I had a, sort of a feeling that it will be very, very difficult for us to write something which will be able to overcome Micro.
Oh.
Otherwise, there is no point in releasing new material, because you cannot just write songs which are okay but not better than your previous material and release it. Every time you need to write something which will be better and better and better. Yeah. And it was sort of a challenge, at least for me. But by the beginning of summer, when we actually recorded everything by mid of June. By mid of June, we all understood that we managed to make something even better than Micro and something new, in many respects new. Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to compare it, but people always tend to compare it. So how would you compare the new stuff from your upcoming album to the Micro?
Well,
you told me that Micro is like the most, let's say, progressive stuff you've ever done?
But we kept it. We kept it. We partially we went the same direction, just writing highly progressive songs. But on the other hand, we managed, because progressive genre lets you go different directions at the same time. We managed to go back to our older albums and pick something out of there for new songs. Yeah. At the same time, we managed to just look back at the whole, let's say, evolution of metal music over the last 25 years, maybe even 30 years. And there are influences which can be heard from, let's say, the 2000s, the 90s, even a bit of end of the 80s probably. But the 2000s, the 90s, definitely that vibe, that musical vibe can be heard on our upcoming album too.
Okay. Well, I also know that musicians don't like to talk about their favorite songs from their albums. But if you should pick one new song that we haven't heard yet, that is really special for you, that you think is gonna be like that's gonna connect with the people in the most special way.
I will spill the beans.
Or maybe the first single.
But nobody knows the titles for the upcoming songs, and it's kind of exclusive.
Maybe something exclusive.
Okay, there is a song called Retrospection from the upcoming album.
Okay.
And this is my favorite one.
Okay. So maybe it's gonna be first single. Maybe it's not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So we still don't know anything. Okay. So the last thing I got for you. There's this. It's basically the lineup of the Brutal Assault. And the thing I wanted from you is to pick 5 bands that you think are really the best, basically, and tell me why are they best.
Okay.
You've got all days.
Looking
you
at
can
Thursday, yeah. Meshuggah.
Why?
Well, I'm a big fan, and I think I have been listening to them for at least 15 years or so, maybe 14 years. I first heard them back in 2005. Yeah. 14 years now. Absolutely love all the albums, and they are a big influence on me and the whole band. And I first heard them live at Wacken.
Oh.
And I was absolutely blown away.
The full circle.
Yeah, absolutely blown away. And now I can definitely state that Meshuggah is my most favorite live band.
Oh.
Yeah. I have never heard anyone who sounds better than them and plays better than them.
It's a huge statement. Okay, so the second one?
Okay. Animals as leaders.
Yeah.
Same story. I can say the same story.
Instrumental stuff.
Instrumental stuff, and again, big influence and wonderful people. We met them in Sweden this summer and hang out a little bit, and then we met them at full force and had a sort of a party with Matt, the drummer, and they're just absolutely wonderful and friendly musicians. Yeah, you can. I really enjoyed spending time with them.
Okay.
And music-wise, guys, these are gods, Animals as leaders.
You cannot get like.
Yeah, there is nothing above them. They are the top. Okay.
We've got smaller stages and stuff. You can just go through that. We've got enough
I
time.
know there is a band. There are a few bands from smaller stages. Oceans of Slumber.
Okay.
Well, really enjoy their music.
Okay.
Great band and great voice. There is a band called Zulsa.
Yeah. There's a lot of talking about them.
Yeah,
here.
this is actually a band where Lion plays from Jinjer Escapes the Plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and they make good music, really good music.
Okay, and the last one, maybe you can go back to the main stages.
Main stages, okay. There are a lot of good bands, and it's really
hard to pick
hard
the
to pick.
last one.
Yeah, if I do not pick somebody, it doesn't mean that I don't like them.
Yeah,
It's just
of course.
because I'm
Of
trying
course.
to find just perfect pick. It may sound weird, but it's anathema.
No, that.
I never,
They're
I've never,
like a legendary band.
yeah, legendary band. Honestly, I've never seen them live, and unfortunately, I will not be able because we cannot stay longer at the festival because, well, we are flying to Portugal to play at Vegas Metal Festival. But this is a band which I and Tatiana and I listen to a lot, and from time to time, I just either get it on my phone or just listen on Spotify or YouTube Music to Alternative 4 and Judgment.
Yeah.
My absolutely favorite albums by Anathema.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Eugene. Thank you so much. Always pleasure to talk to you.
Always big pleasure, yeah, guys.
Looking forward to new music of Jinjer. They played a brutal show at the Brutal Assault, and keep watching us. Rock on.